Welcome everyone to ChessWhiz TV, episode 153. Today is July 16th, 2015, and we are welcoming everyone into a community tournament today. We're going to play a Chess 960 tournament, which is chess with the pieces scrambled up on the back rank. Everyone is invited to attend. I'm also going to play in the tournament, and the winner wins, and that's about it. There's no prize, but we can still have a good time. So let's go set up the tournament right now. We're at the website lichess.org, where you can play chess on the internet. We're clicking play, which is hidden from you, and then tournament. Here we are in the tournament section, but I'm clicking create a new tournament, and it's going to be chess 960. Now, of course it'll be rated. There was some debate in the chat. About what time control we should use. One specific member of the community requested bullet, which is 1 minute chess. I think that's a little fast for most community members. Another person asked for at least 3 minutes. I was thinking 2 minutes with a 2-second increment, which of course got a bunch of no Darth Vader style in the chat. So we're actually going to go with 3-minute games with no increment, because no increment is still the classic way to play chess. Still, increment is kind of taking over, but it's taking a long time. We're going to play a 50-minute tournament, so if you can't spare the whole hour, you maybe shouldn't join, or you should just play for part of it. I don't care. And we'll go 2 minutes before the tournament starts, and let's go. So if you want to join this tournament, you can find the link in the chat. I've put the chat here. Dan says I look wet. I agree. I got water on me. That's how I became wet. Mufu, I showed up too early in my stream, says episode 152 still. It shouldn't say that. Let's check the chess.org here. It says ChessWhiz TV episode 153. So we're good, and we're on there. So we're going to start this tournament in 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'd like to join. I have joined, and we've got a couple of the most dedicated fans already in the list. We've got Rondep, who basically dominates ChessWhiz TV these days. Then there's ChessWhiz in second place, by rating anyway. Detroit Leprechaun has not played any Chess 960, so his rating's 1500. That's the unrated rating. If you've never played, you get 1500. And then Audrey, which I'm very pleased to see you playing, because I love to have people from that place play. Hi all, good luck. If you're watching on YouTube, you missed out. You wish you could be playing, but you can't. The way to play live in these things, obviously, is to come on when ChessWhiz TV is actually live, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. GMT. It's currently 6:04 p.m. GMT right now, which is 18 o'clock if I can do the math right. So you could browse to lichess.org at that time, or you could browse to twitch.tv/chesswiz to find the stream at that time. We'll see how it goes. I hope that you can make a live show. It's often conflicting with people's recurring schedules. For example, people who go to school, say in the United States, right there in a conflict. So hi to people who can't watch live because you're stuck in school. Sorry about that. And also for people who have work during that time, sorry about that. But hey, 10, if you're... 9, 8, 7, stop it. 6, the tournament's about to start. But if you're in Europe, it's a nice evening time. 2, so at least that part is good. 0. And now we're starting. So there's only 4 competitors. Excellent, but more will join in over time because it's an open tournament. Anyone can play. And Rondep makes the first move. So you could see under tournaments, let's see, tournaments. I want to make sure that it is open to everyone. Oh, I don't want to forfeit, so I'll just play any move. That's my move. Because if you don't move quick, you actually get eliminated. So there is the Neiman Arena. That is the tournament we are playing right now. You can see there's a lot of other custom tournaments going right now, sucking those viewers out, those players as well. So, well, we'll just live with what we live with in this case. This G4 move is very interesting. You don't see that in a standard chess game, but we've got pieces scrambled up. Of course, I want an instant fianchetto against his queen, but I would lose my bishop if I did that. So maybe I don't. I want to get my knights out, and I'd like to get them behind the pawns. So e5 so that I can knight e6. This knight is a little more problematic. Okay, let's knight e6. This knight, because I don't really want to block my e-pawn, although it's not that bad, I don't really want to. Of course, I want to work on b6, so I'm thinking like bishop, move the pawn and get the bishop to c7 so that the rook guards the bishop, and then I can play b6. And maybe castle queenside, I'm not really sure yet. Another option for the knight is to come here on e7 after advancing the pawn. And that I'm also not sure about. It's going to be interesting to see how this game goes in terms of castling. Because you can castle on either side in this position. It's not so clear what the best option is. I think I will play my little bishop maneuver. He might be preparing d4. You know, it'd be interesting to play c5 here. Just kind of putting a bind on this square. You do lose a lot of control of this square, but I've got a bishop on it. And I've got the ability to bring my knight. Yeah, I'm going to play it. It's probably weak because it does create these holes, particularly this one. I can never attack a knight in this square now that I've moved my 2 pawns beyond. Oh man, this is super obnoxious. Let's defend that. Super obnoxious bishop. He's definitely gotten a good position here. I think I'll castle. Because you can magically castle in positions like this. I guess I have to play g6 to get my queen out. Not so many players in the tournament, I think. So now he's going to pawn storm me and castle on the other side of the board. Should have expected that. I'm going to work on b6. Get this traded off. How did I get such a bad position? These pawns are kind of super blocking in this bishop. Wow, this is terrible. Not sure how I did this to myself, but it's very disappointing. We'll take. Should I take that as well? Since I can't, I won't, since I'm pinned. Yeah, I should have checked out these queens on my first move, but I was in a hurry to see if the tournament was public. And by not checking on that and just playing f6 as my first move, I took a significant disadvantage because he was able to get power on this diagonal and control of this diagonal basically simultaneously. Pretty annoying. Bishop back. Oh, no, I've lost this piece. Blunder! Now I'm pinned. Now I'm pinned. Those diagonals were brutal. Brutal! How did I leave my queen on h8 and not ever get her off the back rank? That was terrible. G7, so ouch, so pain, so hurt. Let's try this. Yeah, I'm down a piece. That was terrible. I wonder if I should just resign. I think I should just resign. You know, my king and queen are very friendly here together. It's like, well, they are dying, but at least they're leaping off the cliff holding hands. That's some consolation for them. I might be able to stir up some counterplay even though I'm down a piece. I'm just thinking about how his king's in the center, but in one move, he could swap the positions. Does this work? No, I can't do different colors. I can do different colors, but not simultaneously. In one move, he could swap the position of the king and queen, then I would have king and rook, and then I'd have nothing. Oh, look at that clock, though. Actually, there's 20 seconds per side, so I should play this out, and maybe he'll run out of time. He will run out of time. Ooh, that was a good move. My queen. Nice trick. He did not run out of time. This is very bad. Good game. Wow. Oh, I don't even want to think about that. Wow. Should I just retire now, quick, before I lose every game ever? You know, maybe I should take up some other sport and stream that instead. Yes, that's what I'll do. I'll play a Minesweeper, and then I can't lose, right? I can still lose, but no one will beat me. I'll just step on a mine. Let's play another game of chess. This one against Andri. I thought it was Andri. Sorry about that, Andri. And this one also has scrambly pieces. I'll copy you. Okay, already Grandmaster Cheslulinos is left. Has given up the flag there. That's a weird fianchetto, because there's no bishop that can actually take that spot. So in the beginning of the game, you want to bring your pieces out. So let's bring the knight out. Let's play, the bishop can go this way. Looks reasonable. And then this bishop, all I have to do is push one square, and this bishop comes out just fine. Capture toward the center. To castle in this variant, you drag the king onto the rook, and then your king and rook end up in the correct configuration. So, for example, king to rook like this would cause the rook to go here if it were a vacant square for that rook. Defend that. So now my bishops are pretty well freed up. I wonder where this knight should go. Maybe knight d7. Yeah, you don't, as a rule, you don't want to block your center pawns from advancing. Usually it's because if you block the pawn, like let's say I played knight here, that would block this pawn, which would then block this bishop in. So that's actually the point. The reason you don't block those center pawns is one reason is because it's going to block in your bishops. But also, those center pawns are used to fight in the center. So if they can't move forward from their back square, they're not really able to counter anything in the center. And I think I've got a reasonable chance to attack down this open file, actually. I'm taking center here first, but I can castle anytime, which simply makes the rook move over here, but I also don't have to. I can instead prepare an attack. It's kind of a strange position. Let's open this up. Everything's hanging now. Knight takes f5. Am I missing anything obvious? I actually have quite a lot of pieces pointed this direction. The bishop is easily pointing down here. I could sacrifice the rook, definitely considering that, to open it up even further. But I think queen, I'll just bring the queen. This pins the pawn, so now I can threaten you to take the knight for free. When it moves, it does not move. That's a problem, so I'll take it. No, I can't take it, never mind. When it moves, then I will be able to checkmate him on this file. So queen h5 and then g5 seems winning. That move right there, boot the knight out of the way, and then queen h8, h1 checkmate. Whoa, that's not the arrow I meant to draw. Queen there will be checkmate once it happens. So let's go do that. Okay, let's go checkmate him. If he moves the knight, he's checkmated, so he won't move the knight, but I still have a lot of power here. Now that he's, yep, still good. Queen takes h5, h4, then queen g4 check is quite potent, although maybe I should check first. Yeah, I'll check first. Forcing him in, forcing the rooks on the wrong side of the king in terms of doing anything. Now I'm threatening rook h1 checkmate. And he cannot easily prevent that. That is still checkmate. Good game, Audrey. It's definitely a good game. I think your issue maybe was this g3 h4 weakening your king side. If you kept those pawns back where they belonged and just played toward the center, would have worked out a bit better. So don't move the pawns in front of your king unless you have a good reason to do that, because they are like the clothing of your king, or should I say the armor, and you don't want to be that emperor who has no clothes. Let's fight Dan 2016 in a new scrambled chess 960 position. We have pieces in a random configuration, but not completely random. You may not know this, but the bishops are required to be on opposite colors, and the king is required to be between the two rooks. You cannot have rook, rook, king, or king, rook, rook, or any of that crazy stuff. Let's just copy them so I don't lose. Hi, Chess Wiz. Are you working on some new variant, says Modakiv. Yes and no. Yes, I am, but no, it's not happening. I kind of want a h7 h6 bishop h7 here. Attack the queen. That's an awesome fianchetto. Let's do it. He's already committed to not doing that with his bishop by coming out in this direction and not over here. Two attackers on this pawn, so I guess I'll defend it. This way. It's kind of lame. Kind of lame, Dan. Three attackers, so I guess I'll take. And knight f6. Nothing to be concerned about here. Bring out my knights. And my bishops. It's taking me a long time. I've made a lot of pawn moves. Both my minor pieces want to use this square. Kind of clogged up here. Okay, that looks good. I think d5 might help me to untangle things. Forcing a trade, don't mind that. No! Oh, never mind. I thought for a moment the d7 was not guarded. So he could take that and crush me, but nope, it's guarded, so nothing to worry about. This is so tangly. Okay, I'm going to play d5. This is not working out. Dan really has more space and more activity here. The one thing I do have, I saw that, is my king is more able to castle because he's got a bishop in the way. But what I don't have is two pieces doubled up on a file that will probably open. So he takes my bishop, I recapture, and maybe he can't get anything out of that, but this is kind of uncomfortable for me. Maybe I'll just castle now. Are we both going to castle? Let's take that. And no, now when he takes bishop, no, I'm okay with castling. Okay, castling is good. Then I can recapture with rook and keep the knight. Knight d5 is the obvious move I want to make, which is that move right there. However, knight c d5 to be specific. But I do need to castle. There's no point in keeping the rook on h8 now that the bishop is traded off. Capture this way. Still surviving. I think I'm starting to get a bit of an upper hand here because my rook is across from his queen. So knight d5 is going to come with a discovery. There is his castle finally. Now if I could just prevent him from playing e4, then I've got some good control in the center. But I don't think I could prevent that without some clever tactic. I guess I'll play knight d5. Trying to take advantage of that loose bishop, but I didn't see a way to do it. Hello, Motorina _ interesting choice. If you put the underscore in front of your name, he's saying hello, let me put that on the screen. If you put the underscore in the front, then you can actually be first in the list of alphabetical names, except for me, because I'm __ ChessWiz. But if you put it in the end, it's not really that useful. Maybe you're showing off your wealth of underscores by just wasting them on the end of each word. Not sure how to get an advantage. I'm thinking about knight f4. But what does it really do? So the bishop's not protected. This pawn's only protected by the queen. So if I attack the queen, he could have definitely some trouble protecting there. And that, of course, comes with a fork currently. But the rooks are also open to trade. And if I recapture with rook, he's going to take me here probably. And if I retake with rook, then I'm no longer hitting this bishop. If I take with queen, then I'm no longer really behind these two pawns. Never mind, I wasn't before. So maybe I'll take with queen. Yeah, maybe I'll take with queen. That's a cool choice. I was concerned it made a6 impossible because queen doesn't guard b6, but I don't need my queen to guard b6. It's insufficient anyway with two attackers because he's got that invisible piece moving like a knight. He's got two attackers on b6, so I cannot move my a pawn. That was my trick to taking e2, but I guess it's not going to happen. But now with rook d2, I think this is starting to really come together. aggressively. He's preparing. Oh no, there's no time on the clock. No! There's literally no time. Rook c1. I think queen b8 after that. Okay, I can win a piece this way. 15 seconds is enough. Now I can win. Well, it's a good game. Your rook is stuck. Poor guy. Sounds are a little bit delayed, aren't they? And Dan is out of time. That was a fun ending. We played about 30 moves in 2 seconds after playing 30 moves in 6 minutes. But pretty easy win after knight d3. But it was really starting to be advantageous for me after rook d2. So the center somehow went from his advantage to my advantage. I think it was I was able to castle first a couple of moves before him and get both my rooks going. His castling happened really late. Like I mentioned there, his bishop on g1 blocking the castle. Finally, he brought the bishop out. Finally, he castled, but it wasn't quite fast enough to mobilize his pieces. So I think maybe both my last two opponents focused too much on not bringing out your pieces and controlling the center. I think everyone does that. So there's 10 people in the tournament. Chess was in 3rd place. Not too bad, but also not too good considering so many people have left. So maybe I'll win this tournament by default since no one else is here. But hey, we're having a good time. I'm having a good time. Are you guys having a good time? Can't hear you. You guys need microphones. Wouldn't this be better if it were like a giant group chat? I think it would be. I think this is kind of fun. If you just tuned in and you're like, why is this so slow? Well, it's so slow because it's so slow. So you should just close the browser right now, assuming you're browsing with a browser. I sometimes browse with my phone, but I also sometimes use a browser. Are we fighting Subteacher? Yes, we are. Okay, Subteacher. Let's play Chess 960. This is a community tournament. If you wish to play in the tournament, you can click the link that I've just posted in the chat. Unless you're watching on YouTube, then the tournament is over. I have played f5, knight f6. The other knight feels lame. The bishops are able to come out pretty nicely. I love my center. Bishop e6, I can bring my queen to either of these squares and then just long castle, which is kingside castling, so it's like short castling. That just seems great. Meanwhile, I should bring this knight out. What if he plays e4, d4? That's d4. I think maybe I'll play c6 against that. Allowing the bishop to guard e5. It's weird. These games are weird. It's hard to control the center when so much weirdness is going on. Now I'll take. I'll move my queen up here, and then I will castle kingside. Doesn't feel like the kingside since our king started on the d file. Okay, so this chess game is interesting. It's difficult still for him to bring out his last pieces. My knight in the corner as well, but I'm ahead kind of by a bishop development. I'm ahead by 1 bishop development. Is this possible? There we go. Because this bishop is several moves from coming out. Meanwhile, mine is pretty much out there. So how can I turn that into an advantage? Attack the king side? I could h6, g5. That seems too slow and a bit weakening. What? What? Did you mean to castle? Because that's a weird move. There's no chat box. Otherwise, I would send him a question mark. Your king is stuck in center now. So now let's go crush you. I mean, he's in the center. He's not getting out. So let's just go attack that thing. Hello, Kleinwelt. We're playing in a community tournament. If you want to join, just click the link in the chat and you can join the tournament. It's a chess 960 tournament, which is kind of fun. The pieces are all scrambled at the beginning of each game. He's castling slow. Must have been a misclick. The king e1 must have been a misclick. He must have meant to castle. I don't see why this is better. Trying to put him in a bind here. We'll see if it works. Kind of protects e3. I would love to get everything into e3. There's not enough room for all my pieces. I want to get this knight up into e3, which maybe I could play this one and lose the pawn, which kind of exposes his king a little bit more. I'll try that. Lose the pawn, which of course discovers this attack over here. Let's remove that. Okay, now I still get this capture. With discovered defense of the knight. So now I don't lose the pawn. I get a pawn, I don't lose the pawn. Okay, this is getting better and better. If he takes f4, then I can recapture with bishop and everything is fine. Barely. Barely, but barely is good enough. Okay, is this a problem? Seems kind of problematic. I think I will give up. I will give up the exchange. I didn't like d6, blocking out my bishop. Hmm. 30 seconds for the rest of the game. Seems a little tight. I've got a pretty strong attack here. It's hard for him to defend everything with his rook stuck in the corner. This is G square. The G spot is looking weak. Of course, his bishop could take me. But I'm not afraid of that. I should be, though. Can this work? Maybe. Bishop takes. 14 seconds. Let's try it. Whoa. Whoa. 13 seconds for the rest of the game. And I broke through. I don't think I deserve to win this one with the way things fall apart. But somehow I have a lot of pieces. And checkmate. Well, that was a strange ending. Time got a little low, but there's his resign because queen takes g2 was a forced win. In this position, I think he could play knight takes knight instead of moving the g-pawn. Discovered attack on the rook and protecting g7. When I take back, then he can't take the rook immediately, but he could take the pawn. I think he'd be okay with that move. Interesting. Well, all you have to do to win a tournament is not lose, because the tournaments really give points out for streaks more than anything else. And now that I have 3 wins in a row, I'm getting 4 points per win, which is pretty major. Our closest competitor, Detroit Leprechaun, took a loss in the middle of his streak. So even though he's way the better chess player, I'm actually close behind him because his loss was in the middle of his streak. Hello, Eugenic Bro. I am streaming our game. You so funny, you chat people, thinking you noticed something about what I said. When I don't know what to do, I move a pawn that will allow me to bring a knight behind it. Because knight behind pawn is a great configuration. When you've got a pawn here and a knight here, they both attack these squares, and it just makes me feel powerful to have a square attacked by 2 things. So that's kind of the shape that I go for if I don't know where to strike out in the center. Can I get away with this? Just have a lot of center? Seems like it. I could even fianchetto this way. Close that up. Kind of a tough position. Which one should I move? Let's let the bishop have some life. After c6, the bishop's so useless. No, okay, c6 also. Our bishops are useless. We're just going to have to live with that. Bishop e7, queen d7, castle, and then what? I don't know. With a closed center, these bishops are tripping over themselves, trying to do anything. Maybe, can a queen do anything there? No. But f5, f4 could be interesting later. Oh, my queen can't come out. Obnoxious. I want to bring my queen out so I can castle. f5 will do the trick. There we go. Now what's the best place for the queen? I have even more options. Let's go this way. Whoa! I take, or I just castle? I don't think there's any rush to take. Are you really going to castle queenside? This kingside is really opening up with the open G file. However, you're not castling kingside. It is now illegal for you to castle kingside because you've moved that rook. So now you cannot castle kingside. Okay, with that knowledge in mind, I will continue playing chess. 3 attackers on f2, 3 defenders on f2, so it's not falling yet. You have to exceed the quantity of defenders with your quantity of attackers. But just one more attacker should do the trick once again. So maybe double up my rooks. That might do it. That might crack that nut. 2 attackers, 2 defenders now. Should I take that? No. I have more space in this position. Because I have an advanced pawn on the 5th rank. He has no pawn on the 5th rank, so it's an easy way to just get a general idea that I've got more space here. He castles queenside, so that makes the kingside a little dangerous. So the rule of thumb is don't trade when you have more space, because it just gives the opponent room. But now that he's castled on the opposite side of the board, it's an attack, crazy attacking game. So let's pawn storm that. Let's open up some files over here on the queen side where your king happens to be. Uh-oh. I think that's a pretty good move. Don't tell him. Oh, he saw it. Uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't have taken that b4 pawn just yet. I have to lose the exchange, otherwise I lose a lot more. Queen takes. Rook c8 to attack. That's the file his king is on. I have a good square for my knight. I have to play this with my bishop, which is really hard to do. Let's bring the knight back. The knight's not doing much here. All of these squares are attacked. So get the knight to the queen side where the attack needs to take place. I'm down quite a bit now that I've lost that exchange. So I need to find moves that really put pressure on his king since it's on the other side of the board here. So having pieces over on the king side, that's defensive because that's where my king is. I'm not so interested in that. Discards b8, kind of useful so my rook can come over. And I can almost convince myself to do it now, but I'd hate to have a second ugly tactic on d5. That would be capturing free things tactic, very dangerous tactic. c4 square looks very good. He has not advanced his attack on the king side. He's not played rook g1. He has not played, doubled up his rooks or advanced any pawns over here. He's just been fiddling a boot on the queen side. I think that's going to cost him. I think he's not going to like the fact that his attack hasn't even started. Now knight takes. B pawn kind of under pressure here. I have a5 to hit his queen. If I can move the queen off that... Oh, he's out of time. I win. Oh, good game, sir, but I totally win. Because you have 6 seconds for the whole game. How will you finish a game in that much time? You won't. Out of time, Eugenic, bruh. Out of time. Good game, though. That was a clever, clever tactic, capturing on d4, and I should have seen it. But keeping it just complicated enough gave me the win. He took too much time thinking about his defense. So Detroit Leprechaun took another loss. That was a game against Dan, who's in 6th place. So that means we're tied up, but I have a winning streak, which is this glowing stuff. 4 wins in a row. So one more win, and I will leap into the lead, but I have to decapitate Dan first. Hello, Jay Chosen. Monakeef has a great idea for a variant. I am excited to read the rest of your comment, but I don't have time right now. Now I can read it. I have a great idea for a variant. Each side is divided into 2 camps diagonally. Oh, how many sides are there? 3 sides? Is it a triangle? Mind blown. I have to read the rest of your comment to see if I should unblow my mind. d5, c5. This looks an awful lot like chess, doesn't it? With the knight c6. I mean, it is a chess position. I think I can close this out. In fact, it's very close to the starting position. The knights can move into their normal spots. It's the bishops that are a little unusual. Oh, I don't have a rook or a queen here. That's a little bit different. Let's leave the knight in place. And now e4 is possible. e5, sorry. I need to get castled as quickly as possible, so knight f6 in castling. And it's pretty much a chess game from there. Okay, each side is divided into 2 camps diagonally and have 2 kings. Okay, great. That's way better, right? Just add more kings and it will be a great game of chess. Aim is to make kings meet. I hadn't considered that variant. I have to admit, I had not even considered it. Guard e5, so queen e6, okay. I don't really like how the queen is. Yeah, it's not a very stable center. I don't like it that much, because if he puts a rook, on e1, it's across from my queen, which is very uncomfortable. Can you explain with pictures? I've played games where you try to make the kings meet. I played a variant of Stratego, actually, which is a popular American board game. I don't know if it's in other countries or not, where it's 2 against 2 in this variant, and you try to make your flags meet. So I have played that kind of game before. But there's a chess variant called... I forget what it's called. Maybe I'll get my chess variants book. Where is it? Oh, right here. This book's kind of good. Called Popular Chess Variants. It only has a few, and some of them get quite weird, but it's still fun. That's my move, and I'll capture this way. And there's a variant here at the beginning of the book called... Oh, Extinction Chess is the first one. Talk about a waste of paper writing about that. It's called Racing Kings. So let me find that. And you can find this online as well. So the goal of Racing Kings is to get your king to the back rank. And there's like no captures allowed or something weird like that. But if you're interested in getting your kings to touch, Racing Kings would be similar because you have a goal for your king in terms of a certain location of the board. That's really hard to get to. So I just thought I'd mention that. You might check out the Racing Kings variant. Stratego is popular in most European countries. Cool. I like that variant of Stratego where you don't start with 40 pieces. You just start with 20. It's more tolerable. Which is something that Stratego generally lacks, is that it's a super long game and it's not very tolerable. For me, I find chess to be more enjoyable. That's why we don't play Stratego Wiz TV very often. Boot the knight. This is looking very chess-like. I seem to have a small edge with my stronger center. Oh, I can't take that for free anymore. I seem to have a small... I guess I got to defend with a pawn. I've got a good bishop here, not on the color of all of these pawns. Color of square, I mean. I've got a bishop versus knight, which should be useful eventually. That seems safe. I've got an extra 15 seconds on the clock, so everything is looking favorable to me. This queen now attacks two things that are each attacked twice with only one defender. So I might be able to make something happen here. There's no ugly tactic like there was last game. That does not work. Alex T compliments me. He writes that I am like the Mr. Rogers of chess. I'm actually not sure if that's a comment or a grave insult. The Mr. Rogers of... Oh, it's the Mr. Rogers of Lead Chess. That's better. This chess website specifically. Oh, good. That makes me feel a lot better because I would hate to sing that you are the only one like you. You are special. I like you. If it were chess in total. Those are actual lyrics from a Mr. Rogers song. And yes, it makes you feel as good when you sing it as it seems like it should. It's a great song. Is my queen trapped? Oh, don't move there. Oh, don't get your queen trapped. There's no time on the clock, so I might as well see if I can just survive for a few more moves. The knight, 10 seconds on the clock. So just win. All I have to do is win. It's getting easier. Well, Dan, it's true that you're making moves quickly. But that's not enough. You need to make good moves quickly. Now we each have 3 seconds. Oh, Dan, you're out of time. Oh, that's so terrible. And you threw away all your pieces and you still ran out of time ahead of me. Only I had 0.8 seconds against him. So with that casual win, I have moved into first place in my own tournament. Yes! Yes! I can't even beat my chest in an asynchronous fashion. I don't want to go bam, bam. I want to go like, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yes! I'm winning my own tournament. That actually is as lame as it sounds. That's too bad. A spelling contest. That sounds interesting. Should we have a spelling contest? Okay. I've seen this before. Ron Depp always does this, doesn't he? In my very first game of this tournament, Ron Depp crushed me with a cruel bishop against queen fianchetto. This game, he will not do it to me again because I can't chat to him. Otherwise, he'd be saying hi if he could chat. So if I can win this game, I can probably win the whole tournament. And if I can't, then I probably am so glad that Ron Depp left for half the tournament and is back now. Because what is up with that move? You crazy? Fine. Take me. I don't care. What's going to happen? I'm going to play here. That's what's going to happen. And now I've received a message in my box. Join my fan club from Supercell. Ooh, let's give him some free advertising. Join my fan club, Wiz, I'm in yours. He's in my fan club, guys. It only seems fair that I would join his fan club, even though I don't know what it is, right? I mean, is it really fair that he'd be in my fan club, but I would not be in his? Yes. I actually think that my fan club is better, because it has more people. Let's check his fan club. His fan club has 10 members over there next behind the knight. 10 members. Well, that's a pretty sizable fan club. I got a problem, and its name is D6. Defend my pieces with my queen. Always a popular move. 2 minutes left. My fan club has a lot more members than that. How does this happen to me? I have no space. Like, this knight cannot move anywhere without being taken, and this knight now is on the back rank defending a pawn. How does this happen to me? Rondep knows how it's done. Let's open up his king. Ha ha. My rook. Is it crossing your king? Not anymore. I knew you'd do that. Capture that way. Capture that way. Capture that way. This pawn, it's a little weak now. Is this possible? It's possible. Is it winning a pawn because that guy goes unguarded? That's possible too. I think so. If he recaptures, I pick up the bishop. Should work. Don't see any reason it doesn't, although there probably is a reason. If he takes g6, I can throw in an intermezzo. Okay, I picked up a pawn. Now I just win. Now I win. Carefully. 1 minute left for the whole game. Got to play a little bit quicker. The knight, how will you guard it? Bishop a6, very strong. As soon as I can play it, which is now. It's going from full offense to full defense. That'd be what he's doing. I'm going from defense to offense, and I'm loving it. Take me there. Pre-move that. Actually, if he moves the knight, I will capture the rook with a pre-move. I think I'm dismantling Rondep. Ever since I took g3, it's been getting better and better. Yeah, I just picked up the exchange as well. Okay, I'm also skewering some pieces. If d6 check, I have queen here. Oh no! You're so mean. How did I not see that? You're so mean. You're so mean. I have to take 30 seconds each now. Lost my queen, but I still have a rook and piece for the queen. It's a lot of material considering he got a fair amount there. "20 seconds each. Hmm. 10 seconds each. It's going to be a clock game if I don't just get checkmated right here. Oh, I'm out of time. Oh, why am I thinking? Why is Chessmoose like, where do I move now? Well, my clock runs out. Rondep wins by a whopping 4.2 seconds. Also, the chess position doesn't matter, guys. You gotta watch the clock. That was pathetic. But look at this position where I played queen f7. I didn't have to do that. I could have just lost my queen. Rewind more. No, in this position here, I thought, oh, there's no problem with d6 if I take. There's no problem. I could just take and block with my queen. No, I couldn't. But I could just win with a different move. Namely, Save my bishop maybe, because look, I've got 2 minor pieces and he has 3, but I have a rook, so I'm gonna hit the exchange. I was dumb. I was too greedy and I took too many free things. Well, Dionysus God has moved ahead of me now with 16 and I have 16. So with one more game, I will fail to beat him. Because I think that if he loses, he's playing Detroit Leprechaun right now. And this is the game. If he wins this game, looks like he's playing the black pieces with an extra bishop. Oh, I like that move. That game could go either way for sure. Okay, let's play one last game. I think this is the last game since there's 3 minutes left. Oh, I have to finish this game, sub-teacher. I have to finish this game in 2 minutes, so I need to not use any of my time. See, this is 2:46 and that's 2:55. So I actually need to use no time on my clock so that even when he uses all the time on his clock, it comes out as ending before the end of the tournament. Because if you don't finish the game before that timer runs out, then you don't get any points in the tournament. So this needs to be fast. Oops. Okay. I think king here, so I can actually bring my rooks out. Two minutes left. Come on. Quicker. Move quicker. Nope, that would pawn fork me. Quicker, quicker, quicker. Pre-move that. 1 minute and a half. Come on. Oh, Dionysus already got to 20 points. I can't overtake him. See that? He got the win before the timer was up. Well, I won second place, so come on, come on. Of course, I'm not going to win my own tournament. That would be too celebratory. Faster. 1 minute left. Come on, sub-teacher. Go, 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 go. Faster. No. No, I'm getting checkmated. Help. Actually, I'm getting checkmated. Maybe this will help. It didn't. Oh, okay. Why didn't you play queen here? Checkmate. Because now I'm alive. All I do is lose a rook. Oh, that's checkmate? You're annoying! Why didn't you checkmate the last move? With that move. That would make me feel at least legitimately losing. I don't think I have another game even though there's 30 seconds left. So is Detroit going to beat me? Nope. Nope. Oh, out of the last 4 games, he only got 1 win, so he was unable to pass me. Whew, that was close, though. It was definitely close. He lost this game, actually, and if he had won it, he would have passed me. That was a horrible game I just played, though, moving the king out to the queen side. But I enjoyed it. You know, this show is not all about making the perfect moves, because there's no way chess will find the perfect moves. It's more about having a good time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Chess 960 tournament. The pieces were all scrambled up. I think that means I got a trophy, because there I am, chess with second place. I have the highest rating, or I did, and now I've lost 19 points. That's too bad. GGS. I think it was fun. GG's. Anything here? I think that was a fun tournament. So it's a good way to spend your day. If you enjoy chess, you should play some chess. That's my counsel for you. I think I'm going to play one more game of chess just for fun, and then we'll end the show. So let's just go to the list of options here and see what we've got. 5 minute, a 4 minute, or 1+7. None of those are appealing to me, so I'll play a 0+4. Much more exciting. I'm just going to play this one game, and then I've got a challenge. Rondep wants to play me 1 second, not 1 second, rated. 1 second per move, rated chess 960. Why not, as they spell incorrectly? We were having a spelling test, right? Okay, are you ready, Rondep? Here we go. We'll play 2 games. We'll play one as white and one as black, because that's the only fair way to play chess 960, and then we'll call it a show. What just happened? have to check out the Supercell fan club. What just happened? All the pieces are back. I'm clicking. I think that... Do I have any games going right now? Timeout. Black is victorious. Black is victorious. Oh. I lost that 1 second game? That wasn't cool. That was not cool. Let's play again. The beauty of 1 second chess. Looks interesting. Should have taken that with the knight. I'll play you again. That was terrible. Okay, this will be the last game of the show, and this game I'm gonna super focus like a laser that's focused. Here we go. Man, if I were my own show, I don't know what I would do. I'd cancel myself. Fortunately, I'm a human. That was a bad way to start the game, but maybe attacking this pinned knight will rejuvenate me. Oh, that's a cool move. Thanks, Rondep. Thanks for the rook. Oh, it's guarded? You're kidding. That's not guarded. You're lying to me. Okay, that's a free piece. King fork. I don't like getting king forked. Now I have a lot of pieces. No time. I have a lot of pieces. Like a lot. I wonder if I can lose them all. 5 seconds to 1. And I win! I win! Rondep runs out of time! That was such a great game! I don't think there were any mistakes that game. Let's request a computer analysis and see if the computer can find any errors, because that really seemed like perfection, perfected to me. Did he say something to me here? Refresh this page. Eek. Yes, eek. That's the right answer. Let's go look at the analysis board. I think that this opening e4, d5, knight, e3 leaves something to be desired, namely a pawn, but this continuation, I saved my pawn, guys. This is brilliant. I saw that my e4 pawn was in danger, so I distracted him with my knight. Total genius. And in just a few short moves, I have pinned and winned his knight here. His knight cannot move or he'll lose his rook. That's just because it's so strong, what I'm doing here. Wow. And this fork right here, look at this. Attacking a rook and a king. And if the king doesn't move, I can take the rook for free. Now, you might say to me that the king has to move, but I'm not listening. The king... Ouch. Ouch. Never mind. So in this position here, he has 3 minor pieces and I have 3. So I'm down a rook for a queen. But I quickly improve that by picking up a piece. Now I've got a piece and rook for a queen. Then I pick up another piece, and I have a rook, a knight, and a bishop for a queen, which is a pretty decent amount of material. And that's actually the way I played the ending. So I think I can easily win this game. Free bishop on c7, says DD Razor. Let's look at when there were bishops on c7. That'd be a black bishop. Oh, right here, huh? Right here when I forked? Right here when I forked? You think instead of losing my queen for a rook, I should have taken a free bishop? Do you think so? So it turns out this check was strong because I'm forking all of this stuff. If he defends the bishop, I get the rook. And if he defends the rook, I get the bishop. Of course, I took the rook either way, but that's just life. So here we find the final analysis of the game. ChessWiz made 6 inaccuracies, 10 mistakes, and 6 blunders, totaling just 22 errors in one short chess game. Rondep, however, made 6 inaccuracies, 11 mistakes, and 8 blunders, adding to 25 mistakes, which is, of course, why I was able to defeat him easily. That 25th mistake was what did him in. Wow. Somehow I like that even more than the regular slow-thinking chess. Not sure why. It was a little bit more exciting. But hey, I enjoyed it. So if you enjoyed the show, be sure to follow the Twitch channel. You can also find the recordings on YouTube if you just search for ChessWiz. That's Chess, W-H-I-Z. And you can subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. I don't mind. And I'm going to keep moving my hands like this until I say it's the end of the show, which is right now. This has been ChessWiz TV. Thanks for watching.